So the process of awakening, that for you to awaken from the point of view of I'm a single person living on an outside world, for you to awaken from being a complete person identified with a personality and being in an outside world, the awakening process to something higher, to your higher self, to your inner source, to your higher being, to the universe inside you, to the God inside you, call it whatever you want to call it, that process is similar to pretend that everyone is born, and through the process of life, they are living life like this, looking at the ground. This is how most people live their life, looking at the ground. Your awakening process, my awakening process, and Bree's awakening process, as far when I met her, it starts sort of like this. We start to question, we start to have desires, we start to wonder what can be further than that, and we start to look up. We start to look up. So, as we look up, we look beyond what reality is, what beliefs are, what society thinks. As we start to look up, we start to see a beautiful blue sky with the sun shining, clear view. And your question is like having someone like this asking, how do you know that your sky is my sky? And you would say, oh, trust me, I know. Because the sky is infinite, you can see it, it's clear, it's all over the place, it contains everyone else, contains the entire planet, and you see with great clarity that yes, this sky is your sky. In the same way that this light that I'm talking about is your light, the love that I'm talking about is your love, the freedom that I experience is your freedom, the dreams that I know are possible to you, I know they are possible to you because I've developed that clear sight. I've looked up a lot of times. I was very practiced and very good, and still I'm better every day by seeing the clarity that's present everywhere. And your analogy is like, because I know what you are getting, how do you know that this works for me? This is the actual truth. And I want to say that when that truth clicks within you, and I will explain this better and more and give you examples and exercises, when the light clicks within you, there is no denying it. There is no obstacle, there is nothing that says, oh, it can be contradicted, there is no debate, there is no question. It clicks, you know it, and you have clear vision. Clear vision about what? About every little thing you desire, every little thing that's important to you. If world well-being is important to you, you have clarity about world well-being. If a community is important to you, you have clarity about the community. If a person is important to you, you have clarity about that person. So, once again, this comes from, it's not a one moment awakening and you are forever enlightened. No, it's a constant seeking for the highest. And I want to just, now we are moving not just to your question, but to give you some perspective of how can you do this. And by the way, your question is a question that does not come to me very often, because people just want to know how they can manifest something outside, how they can bring something in, how can they live better on their world. Your question points everyone within, where they should start their journey. Not where they should start, everyone starts where they start, but if you want, whoever you are, if you want a real spiritual awakening, the real deal, you have to look up. And it's not up, it's within. So how do you do this? It's way easier than it seems. And back in the day, I was doing this a lot. When Brie met me, we were doing this a lot. We would spend sessions and hours and text messages, and we would do so much things talking about the practice and the exercises that I'm about to explain to you people. And maybe I will just record some video or post something on the groups, and in regards to this. So we would spend, me and Brie, we would spend a lot of times knowing ourselves, our true selves. So how do you know your true self, your source, your inner being? First, you gotta desire that. You have to desire to know yourself, your inner self, your higher self. And if we tease you and we teach you and you resonate every time we say that, hey, your inner being, your source, the God within you is just made out of pure love, adores you, it's super free, contains all the things you dream of, it's focused on you, it's the highest source of intelligence, all of these things we say about your inner being, everyone watching, you should at least be interested in getting to know your inner being. It's not words don't teach. In the same sense, if you don't know Bob, and I'm talking to you about who Bob is, and Bob is a very interesting guy, it's way better that you talk directly to Bob to get to know Bob. And you can get to experience the presence of your inner self, of God within you, within you. That's where it lives. So how do you do this? Because this is subtle. One way that is very good to do is just to be in relax, be in silence, be in a relaxed state where you cannot be disturbed, and start to move away your identity. And why do I mean your identity? Because a lot of people think they are something very small. Meaning, if you ask them, who are you? They will tell you, my name is this is my age, this is where I live, this is what I do for work, I'm divorced, I'm married, I have 2 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, I've been here, I've been there. They will describe a lot of things. They will put a lot of definitions, they will put a lot of boxes to describe who they are. And they live by those rules. Guess what? Those definitions are not even close to who you truly are. So we start by giving our identity away in the privacy of our own inner focus, of our own inner conversation. So you sit and you ask the question, if you haven't asked the question yet. So who am I? And you will see portions of reality coming to you. So I am, this is my name, and you are like, oh, this is my name, but I am the one observing my name. So that name cannot be me because I'm the one, the presence, observing the name. And okay, and you let go of your sense of having a name. And then it comes, this is my occupation. And you are like, okay, my occupation still appears in the screen of my mind. I'm still aware of my occupation. So my occupation is not who I am. And you let go of that. And you let go of your age. And you let go of your status, of the cars you drive. You let go of your past. You let go of the way you look. You let go of a lot of things. As you let those things go and you remain in your own presence, you will discover that doesn't matter how many things you let go, how many things appear and flash and move, how many things come and go, you will find that there is a presence, very gentle, very calm, almost nothing. There is a presence from which everything in your mind, every definition appears. And you will realize that, oh, I am this presence. And when you realize that, a million things shift. And this is something that you cannot force. You sit, you gently want to know yourself, and you let go of every sense of identity that comes. Until your identity, you are left with the presence, the very powerful information, the presence of your own true being. Now, this is a process that if you get familiar with that, sitting just with your own presence, that presence will start to reveal more of its nature to you. Meaning you will start to feel out of nowhere feelings of deep love coming from within. Nothing outside of you is changing. Your eyes are closed. You are just in the moment, relaxed, sitting with your presence, and you will feel bursts of love, bursts of bliss, bursts of freedom, bursts of clarity, insight, downloads that you cannot express, but you know you are receiving them, and it's an entire new game for you. You are in that moment knowing your true self, merging, coming together. No identity, no reality, nothing of this world coming in to cloud your mind. You, eyes closed, breathing in your own presence. Now, as you go into the world, and if you are a teacher, this will play out with you, the more you get to know your inner presence, the more your inner presence will play with you and show you with great clarity that it exists everywhere. I remember being practicing those things and going into the world, and the same presence I felt within, I felt when someone else was talking to me, as if my inner being was on the other person saying, hey, I'm here. A lot of the times I felt my own presence, being that presence that was within me sometimes was here. And I was like, oh, so I'm not contained to this physical form. I'm here. So and a lot of things happen from this presence, but you gotta practice this presence. I wrote this in my book even. You gotta know your inner being as if you are knowing your greatest lover, because in fact it is your greatest lover. If you are truly in love with someone, you want to spend time with the person, you want to know the person, you want to know every detail of the person, you want to listen, you want to be on that frequency, you want to be on that vibe. Now, this is something I want to say, this is not art, this is something that everyone can do, but it requires a pure desire and a pure seeker to go within, to that extent. And by the way, there are no limits to that. It's something infinite. And this is something you also realize that, oh, every time I'm here in this presence, there is more love coming in, there is more freedom coming in, there is more bliss, there are feelings that I experience that I cannot even describe, and colors and visions and shapes and stuff that only you will know because it's just relevant for you. And from that point of view, the world looks brighter. You see the world through the eyes of your inner presence, of your inner source. And once that happens, and it happens gradually and more and more and more, there is no doubt when you are looking at someone and you are seeing incredible beauty, or you are on the break of living all of your dreams, or you are incredibly wealthy, or you are made out of love, because that's in fact the truth of who they are. As you find the truth of who you are in your moments of silence, you will discover that the truth of who you are not separate from everyone else. It's the truth of everyone else in different diversities. Everyone is like different fingers of the same M. I want you to connect with the M. So you can play with the other fingers, but this is your sense of self. If you want to take this to a whole new level, and you can, because it will start to be natural and fun to you, you can even be in your silence and let go of any sensation you have. You can be okay, you will not die, you will not disappear. And this is one of your greatest lessons, because you will feel that you let go of every sense, of every vision, of every sensation, and you will realize, maybe you are not, at that point, you may not be feeling your body even, you are just present, and you realize, oh, wait a second, I'm infinite, I'm still here, doesn't matter how many things I let go of, I cannot stop existing, and this is the core of my existence. And from that silence, from that core vibration that seems like nothing, a lot of universal truth will flow through you, because you are wide open.